All right, stay standing. Let's continue with what Kathy started there just a little bit because she did this so well. You ready? One more time. Ready? All right, stop. Wait, ready? All right, how about now? Start a little faster. You ready? All right, you ready? Start super fast. Ready? Go. That was good. That was good. Excellent. So how fast do you start your day? How do you approach your day? How well do you start? How focused are you when you walk in the office in the morning? How committed are you? How in touch with who you are? How focused is you and your team? You think about, I watch Kathy speak, and I've seen her grow over the years, and I watch Sharon, who's been such a great mentor, and Jill, and so many of our speakers who are here working hard. You know, these people, key words there, work hard at their craft. How many of you ever seen somebody where they just really make things look easy? Raise your hand. Yeah, you know, there may be some natural gifts to those people that really make things look easy, but I'm going to tell you, those people that really make things look easy have some natural talent with a lot of hard work and commitment behind it. A lot of hard work and commitment behind it. I'm just curious for you, what's behind your work? Do you work like an amateur or do you work like a professional? Do you even work on your craft? I know those of you in school, students, you know, going through the motions sometimes. Is this class important? Is that class important? Is this, you know what? It all matters. If you're there, be present. Be present. Make it all matter. And work hard and work smarter than you ever did before. You know, I think about Kathy's Gale and the people that I have seen over the years. I have spent a lot of time this year. I decided for 2015 I was going to spend a lot of time being in front of public audiences. Writing and speaking more in front of public audiences. Because you know what I realized? The public gets it like that. They get it like that. If we could get it chiropractically, the importance, this big idea, as quickly as the public gets it, we'd be light years ahead of where we are. Instead, you know what we do? We look for acceptance from each other. We look for a pat on the back. We want somebody else to build our self-esteem, to tell us that we're worthy. And you know what? I'm telling you, you're all worthy. Every one of you are worthy. Every one of you are worthy. And we live in a world where over the last, since I guess January 1st, been in front of 6 public audiences in my town and other places, growing and seeing. I was up in Ringgold, Georgia, small town, in a one-hour talk, seeing with 40 people in the room, 27 committed new patients within 2 weeks, without any hard selling, with just 40 people in a room. No hard selling. No threatening, no getting people in a headlock and making them do it. Just talking to the people in a way that they can make sense of what we do. Being up in Bristol, Virginia, Tennessee, who says you can't be in 2 places at once? I love that picture. Standing over the line, here's the border right here between Tennessee and Virginia. Looking down, being in 2 places at once. And going there and realizing that, wow, with 100 people in the room, seeing 60, 70 people become committed to chiropractic care, to this lifestyle, without any hard sell, without any insanity, other than speaking the truth from your heart in a way that people get it. We've got to start talking to the people. You know, I have chills. I'm so inspired about tonight. I just found out there's 157 prospective students that are going to be at Life University tonight. 157 prospective students that are over there tonight. With their mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers and cousins, it's going to total about 275 people. And we're going to go there and we're going to change some lives tonight. You know, I think about this group of people, and every time you're in front of an audience and you're in front of a group of people, or you're in front of one-on-one, just one person at a time, the opportunity that you have to change somebody's life, to call yourself through your work, through your training, through your efforts, to the highest level of you that you could possibly be, with the highest level of honor and support and integrity and commitment that you have, and you give of yourself, and let your results speak. Let your work speak through your heart, soul, and commitment and the results that you create out in the world. You know, I think about tonight. I remember years ago, my wife and I, we helped found a synagogue and started from scratch. Two rabbis that we fell in love with that were thinking about leaving, going back to Argentina. And we decided, no way, Jose. No way. And we got together with a group of families, and we built something. And I remember on the executive committee for years, and executive vice president for years of that synagogue, and being at life cycle events, seeing what it was like when it was a baby naming or a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah or a wedding or some type of event like that, and seeing all the family gathering together, coming in from out of town, sharing in a special moment that was going to be, in that family's life, memorable forever. And I am a professional speaker. I take what I do seriously, and I don't get nervous. And in front of those audiences, I would get nervous because I knew that those talks, those opportunities, those connections would be memorable in those people's lives forever. Well, I got to tell you, going over there later today, for those of you who are life force doctors, how many of you are life force doctors? Raise your hand. Yeah. Your work, your commitment, you're sharing this principle in such a way that gets somebody to change their life, to want to be a doctor of chiropractic. Wow. Give yourselves a round of applause. That is huge. See, and tonight, being in front of that audience and seeing and knowing that this is a point in people's lives where they will remember it forever. The team, the whole Life Force team, the leadership team that's over there, people that work for Life University and all the volunteers, the doctors that are there, working hard behind the scenes, helping people understand this great principle of chiropractic. We have an innate intelligence. When it's interfered with subluxation, the body shuts down. When you remove that interference, the body wakes up and can heal itself. You make that a lifestyle, and you can express your full potential for a lifetime. And this is what these kids are hearing, and they're going to hear it again tonight, and they're going to make decisions. And we're going to build this profession. Life University, you think about the level that what goes into something like that to cause people to change. What if you treated every adjustment that way? What if every new patient that came in wasn't just another payment? What if every technique class that you went to wasn't just about you giving an adjustment and getting a little better? What if you knew that everything that you did chiropractically was connected to something bigger? And it has to be for this profession to grow. You know, over the last 15 years now, 16 years, working behind the scenes diligently on pie building, profession building, pie building. So many things that nobody knows about. I don't even care about, like things that you do that nobody even know about, that people don't even know about it. That you work hard behind the scenes. We need to, in my opinion, we need to really start thinking about pie building. We have been pie slicing for so many years. You know, we got 30 million people under care. You take your share, we'll take our share. You take your share, we'll take our share. We need to be committed to pie building, making this pie much bigger, getting it to the people in a way that people are lining up that are different. It's different than the last 100 years. Not just dependent on our own individual personalities, so that even if your personality didn't show up one day, people still lined up for care. That's a big idea. You know, listen, that's how our adversaries and enemies think. We think for some of us that are really good marketers, we're amateurs compared to sneaking up, paying millions of dollars and passing laws behind everybody's back, like they did to our friends out in California. Come on, we're amateurs. We got to think about pie building. And it takes a level of collective energy that's bigger than you and I. That's bigger than how much we can rant in a given moment in time. That's about something more. That's about reaching the people where they live in their heart and soul. You know, I'll never forget that day. I had a realization. I'm walking through the airport, and there was a flu shot person in the airport. This changed my life. They were giving flu shots in the airport. And there was a line. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at the flu shot delivery person. And I'm thinking to myself, this person couldn't get a job in a gas station. This person had no skills, minimal skills. Here's the skill. Oh, would you like a flu shot? You would? Okay. Which arm? Left? Okay. Thank you. What's the research behind the flu shot? It's terrible. We got to think differently about what we do. Should we be the strongest people we could be? Absolutely. But we need to be thinking that good about attracting the planet to what we do. That's why I love being involved at Life University. I love being involved with bigger thinkers that are not just about themselves, that's about something bigger, that's committed to causing change in the world that is so desperate for leadership. You know, I think about how hard we work on ourselves. Raise your hand if you work hard on yourselves. You know what? Give yourself a round of applause for working hard on yourself. And, you know, we hear this be, do, have. You got to be before you do, before you have. And that's true. And the ultimate be is taking what we do and delivering it to the people so that in spite of ourselves, even if we have a bad day, people are lining up. We need to participate in those kinds of conversations. We need to get involved in state associations. We need to get involved, attending seminars, not just taking the pump and just getting pumped, but taking that pump and going to work in between the pumps, going to work, joining. How many of you, just out of curiosity, are members of your association? How many of you are members of 2 or 3? You know, plant yourself in the middle of a place that needs you. Chiropractically, plant yourself there and give your time. Go to work. You know, we're too small a profession with too big a vision, with too much at stake to just depend on the few that are willing to show up like Kathy was talking about. We all have to show up. We all have to show up. I just recently had a conversation with a good friend of mine out in California, Brian Stensler, who's been a great friend for a long time, president of CCA. I was so honored last year when he took his first oath of office, when he invited me to indoctrinate him as CCA president, subluxation-based chiropractor in a state that was at one point completely medical and a medical board. And, you know, seeing some of the changes and the battles that he has fought over there. And here's the thing. I believe, like somebody like Brian, fighting it may be better than any other person before him, bringing people together, organizing groups, not just within chiropractic, but outside of chiropractic to support the vision of what we do, and still in California, behind our backs, making it mandatory to be vaccinated. We have so much work to do. This work needs all of us. It needs all of us. It needs all of us working together with honor, with honor, with honor. You know, it's interesting. 30 years in practice this year. As a 30-year-old, I think that's pretty cool. I have never had more fun being a chiropractor. This is the greatest profession in the world. There's so many times in life growing up, Lisa and I, raising our family, Jacob, Emily, and Corey. Jacob, 25 now, Emily, 24, here with us today. Corey, 22 years old now. All three choosing to be chiropractors, choosing to be chiropractors. Yeah, let me tell you something. so much of that, I believe, is because of the life that we lived. The life that we lived, the life that we chose. Seeing friends be sick when our children weren't. Maybe, and I love hearing some of their stories about the whole thing, but here's what I do know that is so important. There are so many times as a parent, you talk about faith, having faith, moving forward with faith. There are so many times as a parent that you have no idea how things are going to turn out. You just hope and pray. Oh man, I hope I didn't screw that one up. Man, I hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. Oh my gosh. Wow, I really screwed that one up. Woo! And at the same time, I think about what if at any point along the way we would have quit? Because there were so many times when we could have quit. As parents, as people, as chiropractors, as human beings. You know, this battle in California that's now coming to New York, that I guarantee is coming to Georgia, that I guarantee is coming to your state, what type of crisis are we going to wait for that's going to rally us from talking to each other and yapping at each other? Listen, chiropractic is what it is. Now let's go to work. Get on the team that you're really excited about and get your butt to work. Seriously, get your butt to work. You want an engraved invitation? There's your engraved invitation. Get to work. We have so much work to do in a world that is in desperate need of our leadership. Your office needs an upgrade? Make it. You need to brush up on your skills? Brush up. You need more time at a seminar? Go. You need to watch more training calls? Get on them. But go to work. All of those babies, those children, those families. You know, every time I look at that thing on my arm, it ticks me off. That little shot thing that was not my choice. And yet, here we are as chiropractors with the greatest principle. And we're yapping at each other. Come on now. We got to go to work. You know, tonight, I can't wait to be in front of that group of people. Out of 157, there will be, if there's 250 people in the room, there will be 250 lifetime patients. The people that you sat there to think about becoming chiropractors, I guarantee you, as most of you know the track record of Lifeship Weekends, results will be off the charts, and they should be, because we need more vital, principled chiropractors delivering this powerful message to the world. It's an honor to be with you today. Thank you so much for being at Life Vision.